Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, January 21st, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well, and I hope you had a blessed week. And for those of you who are new, welcome. Please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com for all about my services, all about my upcoming events, and you can hit the schedule appointment button on every page. And appointments are available via in-person in New Jersey, Zoom, and telephone. And I'm also on YouTube here. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll try to remind you at the end. On Facebook, under my business page, Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Medium. And I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. I think I hit everything right now. Thank you. So, and also, oh my gosh, for those of you coming back every week and listening, I appreciate you all so much. And if you ever have a question about what you've heard, please ask me. My email address is randyharbor@verizon.net. And if I love comments, so please comment. And I always at least try to respond in some way because I appreciate it so much. And if you have any, suggestions, requests for a topic, please, I will listen. I may not know everything. I'm a student of this world as well. If you suggest a topic, I will definitely check it out. And I love that. I'm learning all the time. I learned that Archangel Ariel is now also an Ascended Master. Wonderful things. Just how the world works. And, so please, yes, never feel shy about recommending a topic, and never feel shy about emailing me. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. The topic today, this one was a little bit, I had to get inspired a little bit. I get inspired every week, but this one took me a minute, because usually I know what I'm going to talk about a day or two before. We are Sunday morning and it's 11th hour, and I actually was going to talk about another topic, but I thought, no, I feel like I should talk about my journey right now of ascension, and how you know if you're ascending as well. Well, here's the truth. We're all ascending, and we're doing it in our different speeds, in our different ways, but we're doing it. It's rougher for some. Perhaps it requires more healing for those it's rougher for. And that's okay, because it's necessary, the healing. It really is. But you may notice, I'm going to give you some keys here to notice if you are fully ascending, if you've gone up a level, if you have risen up. Now, on this earth, we generally have been a material earth of three-dimensional. We're of the ego. We're of the physical. We deal with our senses. And so if we're going to use our intuition, we're going to have to develop it. If we're in that 3D mode, we're going to have to really focus on it. It doesn't come always naturally to us, though it's always naturally there as a whisper. So we tend to get more involved in drama, perhaps, in the three-dimensional realm. We tend to love reality TV a little bit more, or something like that. By the way, nothing against that. Just of the senses, the emotions, the physical, very much. Our bodies rule us more in three-dimensional. But in an ascension time, we are all rising up to 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional, 6-dimensional. Now, 4-dimensional is heaven. It's a slice of heaven, 5, 6, 7, and onward. That's heaven. And heaven is right around you all the time. It is not way up in the sky. There is nothing way down in the earth except Middle Earth, inner Earth. It's an energetic vibration all around us. And so when we are ascending, and sometimes we have moments of ascending, meaning sometimes we feel the connection to heaven, sometimes we can feel, see, notice the signs of our departed loved ones. Sometimes we get an aha. Our gut is really strong. That would be us tapping in to that higher realm. But then we might drop back down into that three-dimensional life. Again, okay. There's no right or wrong or perfect way of going through ascension. It is where you are. It's what you need. It's your journey. Some people take the highway at 60, and some people take the highway at 105, and some of us take the highway at 10 miles per hour. It's okay. And those who are going through the roughest times with the most healing can be in a place of pain, of fury, of sadness. And so it's always important to seek the healing through meditation, through clinical experts, complementary doctors to your healing. Always seek out that help, because you don't have to be in this journey alone. So please keep that in mind if you're one of those listening today. Now you can also, I went through this a bit a few years ago, maybe just about 4 years ago, where I was purging. I'd be out and with a group, and I wanted to cry a lot. That's part of the healing. That was part of me going through my ascension. And so I was releasing and starting to talk about things that happened to me in the past that I hadn't talked about before. You may find that you have gone through that, or that you will be going through that, or that you're going through that right now. It's part of ascension. I no longer feel that urge to do that. I no longer am in that place. And so there's different cycles to ascending. But here's, again, some keys to know that you are part of ascension process. Number 1, and they're not in order, by the way. They're not in order of importance at all. The number 1 is that you can't stand loud noises. It just makes you kind of want to just crawl up a little bit, because you're extra sensitive, you're extra sensory, because you've lightened your energy. It's risen. And so it can't stand anymore that denseness of a loud room, and perhaps even loud concerts and things. So that's one big sign, and that's a big sign for me. I can't stand a loud volume a lot of the time. I can't, sometimes it's hard for me when people are talking too much. And I don't, by the way, that's individual. I don't, of course I have conversations. Of course people have conversations with me. That's not what I'm talking about. It's when something goes on and on and on and on at certain times. Yes, I am tested. But I work on my inner self about that. I am not someone who intentionally tries to be rude or say, okay, could you please just be quiet right now? Even though inside I'm wanting them just to be quiet right now. But a big thing is noise. Noise in any way. It could be a jackhammer outside. I can't take it. That's a key to ascension. Number 2, you will not have unhealthy relationships in your life. You will back right away from them. And it doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter how much you love them. You got to back right up. That's a key sign of ascension. But here is a sign attached to that. It isn't painful. It is healthy. It is peaceful. It is freeing. It's calm. And so, if you are in a place where you feel you should back up from people, then you should. But if you feel a lot of anger, a lot of pain, a lot of anything that would have you riled up, that's not ascension. Though it is healthy to make healthy choices. When you're going through ascension, you are just in this place where you have no desire to be negative, to be around negative people, to talk negatively about those you let go of, to just be. It's like you're floating above it all, and that's what spirit guides do. That is what ascendant masters do. They're detached. You're detached. And that is, that's the most, as someone who is personally going through that right now, it's the most amazing experience to be in that place, to just be in that tranquil place. Another key is you notice signs around you. You notice like the numbers. You notice synchronicities. You notice the universe working for you. You manifest a little bit quicker. If I have a question to something, it pops right up to give me that answer. Of course you're going to still have human moments where you want to think it through, make sure, perhaps have a moment of stress at times, but it's way down. You just notice the universe working around you, energy working for you. Another key sign for you want to change your diet. There is a reason why plant-based is everywhere popping up. It's because we're ascending. We want cleaner for our bodies and less processed. You're going to see processed food places changing. You're going to have to in order to survive. So I think even in other places in the world, fast food restaurants are changing. And we will too. Now, for those of you who love your fast food, your body is changing. Your spirit, your energy is changing. And so it's a cycle. It's a turn. It's a transition. So don't worry that it's just going to be like taken away from you one day. And, they're not coming to get it. They. All right. That ascended energy. It is an indicator of where we're going. That we are getting lighter bodies that want lighter things, lighter foods, lighter liquids. That's why the younger generation is starting to turn away from drinking more alcoholic beverages than they have in the past. It's a desire for that wholeness. We're going whole. And it's happened so subtly with Whole Foods, or, it's been happening for a good amount of time, but it's turning and turning into a place where we're all going to catch up with it. So if you're one who likes your fried butter, like the Midwest, there'll be a time when you will no longer desire that. But for now, just notice what you're drawn to, what your gut is saying to turn away from. And I mean your intuitive gut. Yes, our other gut can come into play as well. Listen to it, because that's the ascension. And as you ascend, it'll be easier and easier and easier to listen. It won't be a whisper so much anymore. And that's where I'm at as well. Now I'm transitioning still, where I am more plant-based than I've ever been. But occasionally I will eat seafood. I had shrimp yesterday. Just a desire to eat in a way that empowers my body, energizes it. And also, I've received the benefits of doing that too, health-wise. It's working for me to have a healthy body. And that's very, very important. And to that line, there are different areas in this world that are called blue zones. And the blue zones are areas. There's one in Italy, there's one in California. And they're places where they are more plant-based. They're places where they have figured out how to live life. They walk more. They laugh more. And we're hearing about these places now. And there's going to be more of them. And so it's not about going there and becoming part of it, but it will be spreading. And that is, again, part of that ascension. Now, holistic, more than conventional, is a sign. It's a beginning sign of ascension. Such as spirituality is a beginning sign of ascension. If you start to become interested in more spiritual things and more holistic things, you're on the rise. I've been interested in spiritual things for decades, and holistic for decades. But some are just coming on board, and that is fine. That is where you are in your ascension. Another key is the desire, and we see this a lot the last few years, that you must live your life purpose. Whether it pays you or not, you must live your life purpose. And some are still finding it, but they're seeking it. And some have found it and have started it. Last night I was watching a show. It's actually a show. It was a series, actually. Yeah, well, that would be a show. And it was really about getting your money matters in order. However, the instructor, the guide in this show, the expert, was encouraging his clients to follow their life purpose. And so one, like for instance, just out now, quit their job to start a life purpose so they could concentrate on that. And he applauded it. And everybody is in their own place. But if you're in the ascension, really coming along in your ascension process, you just have to. You just have to follow it. Take the risk. Less fear. What feeds my heart? What do I want to get up in the morning and do? And if you don't know that, that's where the fun is, seeking it. But at some point you will know it. You'll know your place on this earth, because each and every one of you has one. Another key is your intuition. So here's the thing. Intuition and the ability to see the other side and feel the other side. All of this earth will come to a place where everyone is a medium. Everyone is intuitive. Everyone might call themselves a psychic. That is why I feel I'm one of them too. A lot of celebrity type mediums and professional mediums such as myself are teachers. We're teachers not only of how to be intuitive and to connect to the other side, but also of energy, of law of attraction, of how to manifest. Because that's our role, has always been our role, to be teachers, not just practitioners. The whole earth will become practitioners at some point. Now some go with it. They are in their ascension process. They're now more intuitive. They're now picking up the other side more. So they think, okay, that's a job. Yeah, and that's fine. As I always say, if they're helping others and not harming, very good. That's the role. We're all coming to it. Every single one in our own pace. So give yourself credit. Notice when you're noticing things, when you have an intuition, when you know it's going to be okay, when you know how it's going to turn out. When I'm alone, well, sometimes not alone, I'll respond to things on the news. I'll just say out loud something as a turnout. Sometimes, it happened actually yesterday, a question was posed on a news broadcast and I answered it, and then they came around and gave the answer, and I went, yes, I knew. And that's gives you a lot of security. It gives you a lot of peace. Because it gives you control over your life in a way that you haven't had it before. If you know it's going to be all right, if you know how it's going to turn out, if you know when someone's lying to you, when you know things, you tend to calm down. You tend to feel that security that you wouldn't have otherwise if you were dealing with the what ifs more. And so it's valuable. It's very valuable. Now meditation is key. Meditate. Meditation can be done in a variety of ways. It can be a walking meditation. It can be staring at a candle. It can be chanting. Whatever makes you feel like you are connected to source, lighter, a little bit out of body, that's a key to not only restoring your body to a perfect state of health, but also developing your intuition and your ability to connect to the other side. Allow yourselves to take your path, to enjoy it, to go with the flow, to go on the downstream. Allow yourselves to go where led, to read what you want to read, to listen to podcasts that are beneficial to you. Do not allow yourself to be, strayed, gotten off track too much by things that promote fear, things that promote illusions. Conspiracy theories would be very important to stay away from. Listen to your inner self. Focus on that and go where your spirit and your soul and your body lead you. And you'll find that this earth is a better time, because this earth is overall good, overall peaceful, overall beautiful. This experience of earth is better than you're even imagining. And so you can really tap into that more and more and more as you go along in your ascension process. I was looking at a community that I belong to, of just where I live, a development community. And there were just people on there that were like negative. Young people were being helpful. There's not too many of them anymore. It's not true. That's so not true. But I am, I'm not one to comment. That's not true. There's plenty. I try to stay positive, and I did actually post a positive post about our times on there. That's the pain people are going through. That's the fear. As you go through the ascension process, you'll see the good. You'll see the positive. You'll see the joy. You'll see the happiness. You'll see it. You'll see the why. So if you are one that can sometimes get a feeling of being let down by what you see, don't. It is just part of the healing process. And so important to widen your scope and see the big picture. There's just more going on in a wonderful way. And yes, there are wars happening now, and they're part of the process. They're part of the clearing out of the ascension process. Just as you individually are going through a clearing out and an ascension. Always send out your higher consciousness. Always send out peace and love and higher vibrations. Yes, humans have human senses and a mind, a conscious mind, that is not always perfect. But if your intentions are good, always, and I mean legitimately, truthfully, honestly good, then you are helping mankind. And what you put out will come right around to you. And you may find also, I don't know necessarily it's a key today, because spirituality is a key in itself. Just to draw to spiritual figures, angels, masters, perhaps even scripture. There are some that post scripture that are going through a lot of healing, that are more at the start of the ascension process. And they're doing it from fear-based, anger, hate. And that's quite unfortunate. But if you're drawn to scripture and you are going through these other keys at this time, it is part of your ascension process in a higher way. Heaven will always talk to us, and it loves the oracles, whether it be the Bible or A Course in Miracles or the Torah or whatever script it can use. It doesn't mind. It will speak to us. Allow it to speak to you. and learn, because, again, it's so helpful when you ask a question and something pops up. Sometimes it's a favorite Bible verse, and that's good. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you well. I wish you a wonderful week, safe, with many blessings, many miracles. Please be sure, if you're listening to this on YouTube, to like, subscribe, and share. And to once again follow me at my business Facebook page under Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Medium. And check me out on Instagram. I post inspirational messages Monday through Friday there. I really intend to do a little bit more there. And that's under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. Also, if you're in the local area of Southern New Jersey, I am just put up in the middle of the night, maybe a little bit over the middle of the night, a spiritual retreat coming up on April 20th. I hope that if you are local, you will consider joining me. Thank you so much again. Sign up for my newsletter on the homepage too, because that'll give you all upcoming events as well. Thank you. I wish you all the best. Till next time.